This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It sure is great having you join me here in these online lessons. This is lesson 24 in this mini course that is all about flat picking. In this lesson, we're working in the key of D with D, G, and A7, inserting those walking bass note runs right in between the different chord changes. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now we're going to continue to use the bass down up, alternate bass down up strumming pattern. If you need help with how to do that with these chords, then lesson 11 has lots of help for you with these chords in this key using this strumming pattern. I'm just going to jump right in to inserting that walking bass note. So I've got a chord progression up here on the board. This goes with Battle Hymn of the Republic. Down in the description below, there's a link. You can download a free copy of the sheet music in PDF format, so I suggest you do that. That way you can look right off that sheet music as we're playing. So the first thing here is I want to go through each one of these chords and sort of review ways to walk to them, especially ways that work in this key. So if we start with the D chord, we have two ways, and I'm just going to go ahead and alternate that bass note going the open fourth string to the open fifth string, so root to a lower fifth. That's probably how I'm going to do it. You could also do it the other way. But when walking to the D, we can approach it from above the root or below the root. So the root is the D note, which is the open fourth string. I can approach it from the third to the second and then to that one. That's speaking of steps of the scale, steps of the D scale. So F sharp down to E, then to D. That's the fourth fret on the fourth string, the second fret on the fourth string, and then the open. So if I was playing this strumming pattern, I could insert it right there. Now, in the strumming pattern, when we insert the walk or the run, the bass run, the bass walk, we're going on beats 3 and 4. So when I did that strumming pattern, if I do two measures, I'd have bass down up, and then I'd insert that walk. You can do that a little bit just to practice, going to D. Fourth fret, second fret, open. And that's all on that fourth string. This is a little bit of a review. So that's one way we can approach the D chord. Another way that we can approach the D chord is from below the root. Steps 6, 7, and then up to that root. So step 6 would be the B, second fret of the fifth string. C sharp is step 7, which is the fourth fret, and then the open D. So 2, 4 on that fifth string, 2, 4 up to that D. So either one of those options works when we're going to a D chord. What about when we're going to a G chord? We've got a couple options in the key of D here. One is that on that G we can go the B note to the A down to the G. So for a G scale, that is still steps 3, 2, down to the G. It's a little different if we were thinking of the D major scale since we're in the key of D for this song, but it's the same sort of stepwise scale motion. We've got the B down to the A to the G. So with G, 2 open G. You got the 2 open G, and that's on that fifth string. Second fret open, then down to that third fret where the root is. Okay, we can also approach the G chord from below that root using the open sixth string, which is an E, and then up to the F sharp, which is the second fret, and then up to the G. Open second fret, then up to that third where the root is. so that takes care of the G chord. Now with the A7, we can approach the A7 from the C sharp to the B to the A. So it comes right out of the D major scale. Also is in the A Mixolydian scale. But we've got the 4th fret there on that 5th string, the 2nd fret of that 4th fret of the 5th string to the 2nd fret of the 5th string to the open. So A7, 4, 2, open. Going from D to A7, that's the best one to use. We can, though, have a couple other options, a couple other ways to approach the A7 chord. We can hit the flatted 7th, which is the G up to the G sharp to the A, creates a little chromatic. So that's 3rd fret on the 6th string, 4th fret on the 6th string up to that open A. That one, it's super fun. And then another option, so when we're approaching the dominant 7th chords like A7, or if it was a D7 or G7 or B7, we have a couple different options. That one used a chromatic motion between the 7th of that chord, which is a flatted 7th, to the natural 7th is a chromatic movement, and then up to that root. There's a little theory thrown in. We can also go from the F sharp to the G to the A. And that one doesn't have chromatic movement. It just stays right in the key of D. That's another option. Now, with this particular chord progression and this particular song, what we do is we insert that run in the measure that precedes where the chord change happens. So, D going to G, in the 4th bar of D, we're going to insert a walk that would take us to G. And then in the 2nd measure of G, we're going to insert a walk that would take us back to D. And then in the 6th measure of D, we can insert a walk that would take us to A7. In the 2nd measure of A7, back to D. In the 6th measure of D to G. In the 2nd measure of G, back to D. In the 6th measure of D, we do one that takes us to A7. 2nd measure of A7, we do one that takes us back to D. So, lots of options here. Going between D and G, we have 2 ways we can go about it. We can do the B to the A to the G, so 2nd fret and open on that 5th string down to the G. That one works, or we can do the one where we grab the E, F sharp, G. Either one is going to work nicely. So, either one works. Kind of fun to have a couple different options. Going back to D, you can do either one as well, but I kind of like the B, C sharp up to the D. So 2nd fret, 4th fret on that 5th string up to the D. So if I was going G, 2, 4, D, that one works nicely. Because where we're playing the root notes and the bass alternating notes in the strumming pattern for G, it just walks naturally right on up to that D. But another option would be to approach the D from higher. So we'd have G, 4, 2, open on that 4th string. So G, 4, 2, open. So that would be another option. Now, when going from the D to the A7 or the A7 back to D, the most natural thing is to go D and then down 4, 2, open on that 5th string. That's the most natural one to use. It just works so great. And then when going back, doing the opposite, 2, 4 up to that D. So everything happens on that 5th string. 4, 2, open. And 2, 4, open. The other ones could be used, but it doesn't really make sense. It would be really, really rare. Now, in this song, we don't go from G to A7 or A7 to G, but if we did go from G to A7, we have any of those options of going up to A7. We got the 3rd fret on that 6th string, the 4th fret making that chromatic. That works kind of nice. You could also go 2nd fret with the F sharp to the 4th fret with the to the 3rd fret with the G. Sorry, so we'd have G. So that works kind of nicely. And of course, if we're going from A7 to G, we have any of the ones that we could use that we've already talked about in walking to G from the D. Okay, let's go ahead and sit and stick these in. Just, you can do it kind of improvisatory, kind of have fun with Battle Hymn of the Republic. Just take it kind of nice and easy there. Mine, 1, 2, I 1, 2, 3. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. And I threw an ending on there, going from that 1 chord to the 5 chord to the 1 chord. D, A7, D. Super fun. I'm going to take it a little bit faster here so you can hear how it sounds. See if you can keep up. 1, 2, I 1, 2. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed his faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Now, I did a couple different walks on that one, used more of the 2 open when going from that D chord to the G, and also 4, 2 open. So I changed it up a couple different times. I'm going to take it a little bit faster, probably change it up again. So we go about there. 1, 2, I 1, 2. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Okay, now, before I end this lesson, I'm going to go ahead and play through the melody as I've done in some of the other ones, because this is the first time we've actually done this song in this mini course, and as we're getting ready for the lessons to come where we're working on the melodic stuff, just going to practice with that alternate picking. Now, the notes on the beat, down pluck, the notes on the off beat, up pluck. If there's quarter notes and half notes and so on back to back like there are in this one, you can alternate with the down pluck on beats 1 and 3 and up plucks on beats 2 and 4. Now, with this one, it's written in standard music notation and tablature. If you haven't done one of these lessons before and you don't know how to do either, there's a quick answer video that can get you going on reading tablature. There's also tablature books and note reading books in the method book series. Lots of videos there, so lots of ways to master that skill. But I'm just going to assume that you know how and go ahead and play this melody so you have it as a reference. Okay, mine. So we're going to go 1, 2. Okay, and with that one, you can play with the rhythm a little bit, get it going as fast as you can in control. Of course, you want to learn it slow and accurately. That will help increase your ability to play the guitar fast and accurately, which is something that happens a lot in flat picking. I hope you're having so much fun. In the next lesson, so in lesson 25, we will be doing a progression with G, C, and D7. So we're going to work on walking bass notes between G, C, and D7. It's going to be great. I'll see you then. Take care. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.